Good morning, everybody. Kevin here at 3:36 in the morning for another edition of Insomnia Cinema, checking out Bullitt, which is a movie that Joe's seen and I've been meaning to see for a long time. Just definitely one of those on the list of, I can't believe I haven't seen it yet, which keeps getting longer and longer. The more films I watch, it seems like the more films I need to watch. And Bullitt's definitely on the list. I was kind of vacillating for the last 20 minutes or so between this and Witness for the Prosecution, because I do need to get back to Billy Wilder at some point, because his three movies I've seen so far are amazing. But I wanted something a little more action-packed this evening. I know exactly two things about Bullitt. It stars Steve McQueen, who I've seen in a small number of films. And it's very famous for car chases. I'm not sure, but some of the car stunt work is what this film is notable for, as I understand it. The first time I saw Steve McQueen, I was a very small child and watched The Blob, the original, and absolutely scared the crap out of me. That was nightmare fuel for a little boy, until I saw the 1980s remake, and that replaced that as nightmare fuel for me, as really, really scary to a small child. This is Peter Yates directed this. I saw as I was pulling it up. We previously saw him on the channel in Breaking Away, which I absolutely loved. Fantastic movie. Which also, in its own way, kind of an actioner, but kind of like a competitive sports movie. But really exciting, high-paced, really good speed camera work, which I'm expecting here. So I'm ready to get into it. I do want to thank all of the Patreon subscribers who are here with us and give a special thank you to all our super patrons: AB, Actuarial Lurker, Balish Fulldesk, Chris, Derek Peterson, Devin Garneau, MTC93, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Govers, Natasha Norris, NJ, Sudigun Varapu, Torgeir Lingstad, Trey Contreras, WerePanda47, Yannick from Montreal, Jojo Potato, and Wolfgang Wolf. As always, guys, we're so glad you're here with us. Thanks for being here. In the description below, you'll see the link to our Patreon page. We're way ahead of everything on Patreon. If you're on YouTube, you're going to have to sync and watch along in your own source material. We do obey copyright laws. Ooh. Kind of a cool music cue to start with. Yet another way to do a cool opening credit sequence that we don't bother doing in films anymore. Oh, Robert Vaughn. Notably, I've seen before in The Magnificent Seven, at least. Jacqueline Bisset, who I don't think I've ever seen before. But just not a confusing tone we're setting. Oh. Chicago.
This is Pete. We lost him.
He's your brother, Ross.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say Peter Rawson.
And you're paying for the contract.
So, what a kind of cool helicopter push in here.
You got a message from Mr. Ross?
What room, sir?
Oh, I'm not a guest.
I'll check.
I was going to say, if you stay in there, it's kind of silly to use your own name when people are trying to kill you.
Sorry, sir. Nothing.
Nothing.
Why is Peter trying to kill Johnny? He looks very suspicious. Okay, we are not in Chicago anymore. Is it San Francisco? Warner Brothers used to shoot a lot in San Francisco.
Sunshine Cab 6912.
All the Dirty Harry movies.
Cabby, would you pull up? I want to make a call.
Right.
Okay, Robert Duvall's a taxi driver, so I don't trust him. He's too big of an actor to have just in that role, the role of an extra.
Yeah.
Tell Getty.
Always an interesting choice how you introduce your lead in a movie. We just woke up Steve McQueen in his PJs.
What time did you get to bed this morning, Frank?
About 5.
Relaxing, man. Research.
I would be so annoyed right now with this guy. What?
Why don't you just relax and have your orange juice? Shut up, Getty.
Let's go, Frank.
Okay, I was wondering if there's ever he was going to get to the point where he's just there to torture the man.
I think that's very lovely. I think that is sure.
Entire story thus far has been very, very little plot-specific dialogue.
It's pretty unintentional.
There's Robert Vaughn.
It wasn't that I was so well. Lieutenant, how are you? Name is Frank, isn't it?
That's right.
As you know, there's a Senate subcommittee hearing here Monday. I have a star witness who needs protection.
Is it Johnny?
Yep. Johnny Ross from Chicago. We're going to expose the organization.
Why San Francisco?
Ross is safer here.
I don't know about all that.
Where?
The Hotel Daniels. A senatorial hearing as a way of catapulting everyone involved into the public eye.
That's probably true.
Have him in court on Monday, Frank.
Okay. Pretty straightforward plot. Keep a guy alive for 40 hours. Which some of the greatest films of all time aren't complicated plots. Just really well done movies.
Hotel Daniels, 226 Embarcadero Road. State's evidence witness, and we're babysitting. Let's go.
So he was out until 5 a.m. on Friday. And it's Saturday evening. And he's got to get a guy to court Monday.
Yeah, who is it?
Police. Roof and the exit.
Mr. Chalmers said you'd be here by 5. He guaranteed me that. You want to check me out yourself?
No, that's not necessary. Put that stuff on the bed, will you, please?
It's like a pretty rough hotel, but I guess you want to put it up anywhere too nice if you're trying to hide the guy.
How did you get here from Chicago?
I flew.
Stay away from those windows.
I know Chalmers wants you to be happy, and we'll do the best we can.
Hello.
Hello. Captain?
Frank?
What do you know about Ross?
Chicago. It could be very big. He had access to all the records. He ran the wire
There's
services
a deli
with his
down the
brother
block.
Pete.
Now, look, Mr. Chalmers said this was just between me and him.
Del Getty here will take the first shift. Stanton will be on at 12, and I'll take the third.
Fire escape in the freeway. It's a bad news, right?
Right. Want me to stay?
No.
We're working a weekend. We get 2 days off.
Hey, you get overtime. On the wire, it was very important.
Is this the new fountain?
I want to use 600 gallons of water per minute. Now, what's the velocity per second of a 5-inch pipe? What does it say?
9.8.
Now I want the loss in feet.
That's what you get for stopping off to see your girlfriend, man. You get put to work.
Nobody's perfect.
Definitely the late 60s. Ron Burgundy. We're just spending a lot of time away from Ross, more than I thought we would. It's really good lighting.
Anything for Stan?
No, I'll see you tomorrow.
I guess doing logistics for the mob, you're used to a more exciting lifestyle, so I can kind of see why the guy's going completely stir crazy in the hotel. Still, I'd be more worried about staying alive.
Something exciting?
Go to sleep.
Meaning you won't tell me anything.
It's not for you, baby.
It's not a very exciting detail. You can tell her. Babysitting.
Yeah.
Front desk. 2 gentlemen. Should I send them up?
All right, listen, tell them to wait and give me 421-7596.
Yeah.
Chalmers downstairs with another man. They want to come up.
No, don't let him in. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Please, away from the door.
Yeah, what is he doing? Why?
Oh, wait.
What were you doing?
Look. He told me.
What? I'm so confused as to why he unlocked the door. Was he expecting somebody else? I mean, it doesn't matter. The guy said Chalmers, but why sneak over and unlock the door? So he's failed already in his job?
Who is it? Ross. 2 guys. They got him with a shotgun.
What about Stanton?
They got him in the leg. They're bringing him down.
Stick with Ross.
Well, this is an incredible mess. What are you going to do now? Poor guy. I mean, he didn't see him unlock the door, so I don't know if we even get an answer on that, maybe.
How bad?
Bad. He's got a bleeder.
Yeah, that looked pretty rough.
The 2 men. Do you remember anything? One who fired, about 5'10", white hair, gun, Winchester pump. Chain was off.
Okay, he did see it. Okay.
Who unlocked it?
Ross, like he's expecting someone.
A lot of low-mounted camera shots in this movie. When he first showed up at Robert Vaughn's house, the camera was like down, looking up at him the whole time.
Okay, someone get the blood pressure. Kid, you want to step out? Your buddy's all right. His legs will be okay.
Gotta hope so. That was pretty rough. I thought he was going to bleed to death in the hotel room.
How's Stan?
He'll be all right. Ross?
I don't know, Frank.
Suture literature.
He looked like he got it pretty bad.
Hurry up.
I'm surprised he's still alive at this point.
How much blood do you have?
Another retractor?
We have 4 up here. We've ordered 4 more units.
Alexander, please.
Got to dig all those shots out of his shoulder and neck and face.
We stopped the hemorrhaging, but they got some of the major blood vessels.
Thank you, Doctor.
You know what? If that's a professional hit, he didn't do a very good job. The guy has a 50-50 chance of living. Oof. I'm not sure he's going to make it to court.
Stanton.
Okay, he's sleeping now.
I mean, the hitman could have just killed Stan pretty easily. It was nice of that he didn't.
How come they got in?
Ross got to the door, unhooked the chain from the inside.
He let the killers in himself. Well,
Yeah.
why would he do a thing like that? I had to call Chalmers. Now he can't produce the big surprise he promised everyone. He may try to make up some mileage by laying it on us. Play it by the book from now on.
There's a 0% chance that's going to happen.
I'll try to back you up.
I take it Robert Vaughn's going to be a bit of a pill over this whole thing for the rest of the movie.
Is there any possibility of my getting a deposition from Ross before Monday?
That's impossible to say this
Yeah.
time.
I thank you for doing all you can, Doctor.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty remarkable that he's still alive.
Who else knew where he was?
What have you been implying?
They knew where to look for him, and they used your name to get in.
Yeah, there's a leak in your end.
I've got an officer with a family, and he's shot up pretty bad.
And I've got a witness who can't talk. You knew the significance of his testimony, yet you failed to take adequate measures to protect him.
You work your side of the street, and I'll work mine.
Is Robert Vaughn dirty?
I'm rather certain I can prove negligence on your part.
How? No, you can't.
I'd like to have Dr. Willard replaced. I think he's too young and inexperienced.
Oh my God, what?
Surgeon.
Dr. Willard is one of our
I'd like him replaced if you don't mind.
That's subtle. The guy saved his life. So is Robert Vaughn the bad guy and he's getting someone else in to take a second effort at him because he's still alive?
Doctor, a relative of mine, he's here with a gunshot wound. Could you please tell me where I can find him?
Well, he could be up on the 2nd floor in the emergency room.
He's not under protective custody?
Oh, Lieutenant, it's for you.
Yes?
Dr. Kenner, but a man just asked me whether a relative of his with a gunshot wound was in the hospital.
Good call.
Is he about 5'10", gray hair?
Uh-huh. I'm afraid I told him that he was on the 2nd floor.
Tell Getty.
I think our man's in the building, and he was tipped where to find Ross. Get in Ross's room. Nobody in except Dr. Willard and the nurses.
Okay, so there's plenty of cops there. Okay, good. He looks so suspicious. Just arrest that guy.
There's a man down the stairs.
I couldn't tell what he was doing that like completely terrified the nurse. He had something in his hand. These dark wide shots are really effective, aren't they? Just a real sense that the guy could be anywhere. Okay, so it's like an ice pick thing. The music is really period specific here, but it really works. Oh, cool shot. It was so dark in the hospital that it felt like nighttime everywhere they were, but no, it is the cold light of day.
Doctor, there's a cardiac arrest in the ICU.
Is it Ross? Is Ross dying?
Get Del Getty, and you and the patrolman cover the lobby.
Okay.
Somebody
How much, my carb?
Yeah, 15 p.m.
Go ahead, push it in.
Okay, you want some more after this?
What's that now? What's he got?
I didn't expect it to go really this way, because now what do? The organization is kind of free and clear.
I need your help.
What is it?
I want this kept open. If Chalmers finds out that Ross died, he's going to fold this up, and I want the man that killed him.
His chart could be misplaced.
I'll take the responsibility.
So just pretend like the guy's still alive for a while?
Call the coroner's office. Tell them to put Ross under a John Doe. I want a private ambulance, unmarked, and I want it quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been like, all right. Seemed like it was really easy to do. Just fake the guy being alive for a couple days. Too easy.
As far as you go, Doctor. Take it slow.
So what happens? Robert Vaughn said he was coming back in the morning to get his testimony.
City morgue.
Won't Chalmers know that the body's not there when he goes in? I feel like there's never been a better city built for a car chase than San Francisco because of all of the hills. What's Up Doc had a great car chase through San Francisco. And, a few of the Dirty Harry movies. In 2025 in San Francisco, his apartment will be about the size of a water closet. Yeah. I feel like the secret's out.
Hospital. Get Lieutenant Bullitt on the phone. I'm sorry, Joe. He's been transferred to another room. May I speak to your supervisor, please? It's very urgent.
Yes, Mr. Chalmers. Yes, can I help you?
I wanted the other supervisor.
The night supervisor went off duty an hour ago.
There was a patient here. His name is Johnny Ross. He was in intensive care, but there's no record of his whereabouts in the hospital.
But that's impossible.
Dr. Willett's gone off duty.
Call him at home. Joe, I'm terribly sorry, but there's been some medical complication as regards my witness. I'm afraid I'll have to forego that bedside picture.
He's playing calm really well for a guy who's losing it.
I'm sorry, I can't find Mr. Ross's medical chart. It's evidently been misplaced.
Or appropriated. All right, I want a complete list of the night staff who might have been involved in helping Bullitt spirit Johnny Ross out of here.
There he is.
I have Lieutenant Bullitt.
At least Bullitt's answering the phone.
Where is he? Are you going to tell me or not?
Well, I can't at the present time.
Where's he wet?
Listen to me, Lieutenant.
You want some breakfast?
Oh, okay, he's in his robe. I just thought he was like wearing his street clothes still. He was just soaked for some reason. So Jacqueline Bisset was kind of cute. Most men I see in the world these days trying to pull off the jacket turtleneck can't do it, but most men aren't Steve McQueen.
Okay, Lieutenant. Is it open? The door's open, sir.
I hope he figures out why the guy unchained the door. If Ross thought it was Chalmers, then Chalmers has to be the bad guy, right? They thought it was Chalmers. Crime scene guys, their stuff just kind of left in the room so you can kind of see what they were looking at.
Now think back to the time the two of them first came in and you saw them.
Like I said, they hit me before I got a chance to look at them.
Start remembering.
Yeah, he's lying for sure. He was on the phone with him standing right there.
Delgetti, take him downtown.
Give him a chance. Well, he's trying.
No, he's not trying hard enough.
Yeah, the guy's clearly lying.
One thing about the guy who hit me, he had a square face.
Like this?
No, thinner.
Now it's coming back. Let's go to the guy in 634. No luggage. Then you saw how he arrived.
Yes, sir, in a cab.
What line?
Sunshine cab.
You can remember that?
Now, the guy who hit you, how old was he?
Oh, about 50. Am I helping you, sir?
I never had it so good.
Okay. Robert Duvall's cab. That's a really good camera reveal there.
His first stop was the morgue.
Pull over there and wait.
He might be innocent. He might just be a taxi driver. We're just getting him back I assumed he was guilty of something because we only saw him for about 2 seconds. Again, of the low camera angles. Just interesting cinematography.
I need some information on a Johnny Ross in Chicago.
2.
Do what?
Calls. He called twice. The second was long distance.
How do you know it was long distance?
He put in a lot of change.
Morning, Sam. Miss Bennett, would you mind if I had just a moment alone with Sam? I presume Tony's a college student.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I can well imagine the financial strain of sending a boy to the university on the salary of a captain.
Oh my god, this guy is slimy.
Bullitt abducted my witness.
As his superior officer, I've given him complete charge of the case.
So you mean that you will not order him to reveal where he's keeping Ross?
It's his case, Mr. Chalmers.
I'm serving you with a writ of habeas corpus, making you responsible for the delivery of Ross. Now, I need that witness. I do not choose to have people accuse me of false promises for the sake of cheap sensationalism.
Is he evil or is he just overly ambitious? You may not be a bad guy.
Wait for me. I won't be long.
According to my sources, the organization Chicago branch caught Johnny Ross with his hands in a till. Story is they tried to get rid of him. He got away unharmed. They're looking for him all over town, Frank.
That's quite a
Stakes
facial
out
hair.
the docks, the airport.
Okay, Eddie. Thanks. Anything I can do for you?
Remember Sashu? They gave him 3 to 5.
I'll try.
So is it CI?
There you go. Take care, Lieutenant.
Okay. I'm glad it ended up him not being a bad guy. It's like in Scream 2 when you see Laurie Metcalf randomly halfway through the movie and it's like, gee, I wonder if she's going to be important later. What if this is our car chase? We've got two pretty souped up cars. Mounted cameras, nice. I swear the score for this, the music is perfect. Tonally. That's cool. Yeah, you think a cop would be really good at tailing and evading being tailed. Trying to look inconspicuous now. It's a little late. Yep. Nice. The sound is great, isn't it? I know it's probably sped up, but McQueen's doing some of his own driving here, isn't he? In some of the shots, that's definitely Steve McQueen driving. Oh my god, these hills are amazing. How do people not bottom their cars out here all the time? God. Kind of curious how many cars they went through shooting this. They have so many cars on the road. Like, how did they shut down the traffic but have this many cars in the shots for these stunts? Like, usually you see a lot of these chases and they're like, it's pretty sparse on traffic, including parked cars. There are a lot of cars in these shots. Okay, these are really moving. Oh no! Well, you can't fake it on some of these stunts. This is good stunt work. I'm kind of curious because I'm not familiar with the area at all. How real the continuity, the geography is, them going from downtown San Francisco to obviously out of the city. Yeah, at some point you have to expect it. I bet this had a big stunt team. Yeah. God, it'd be so easy to overcorrect going these speeds and just go right off the road. Well, you lost a couple of suspects. Well, that's a good shot there. The bodies in the car. 2 down. All of organized crime to go. He looks like he wants to murder him, and I don't understand why.
Now, I want to know what's happening, and I want to know now. Let's hear it straight.
Here's a report.
Now, a man like Chalmers could be a great help to the department. Now, you have got to turn over his witness.
He's dead.
Dead?
I've got him downstairs under a John Doe.
And now 2 men killed who may have had nothing to do with it.
The man I was chasing killed Ross. I've got one lead. I want to move on it.
Miss Dorothy Simmons.
Ross called her person to person from a phone booth in Union Square.
So he called his girlfriend. What does that prove?
Did he think that's who Chalmers was bringing up to the room? And that's why he unlocked the door?
This is Sunday. I'm going to hold that writ until we come to work Monday morning.
I mean, why else did he unlock the door?
Go on, get out.
Need a car?
Sorry, Lieutenant. There's no cars left.
Back to you as soon as I can.
If he called his girlfriend, and then when Chalmers and the other person who were actually the hitman showed up, did his girlfriend set him up? Oh, this is how we get more of Miss Bissett in the movie. Mother's Day brunch. I don't know how it was in San Francisco, but here it was like a 3-hour wait everywhere.
Miss Simmons doesn't answer. What's your room number? Take this gentleman to room 114, please.
It's an all-access pass when you flash the badge. All right. She dead in her room? They called the police?
As soon as they could.
Yeah. Okay, so she wasn't a bad guy. They just used her.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a strangulation.
Yes, I did.
That's it. It's not for you, baby.
Check out all the rest.
Did you think he was in trouble? Is that why she went running? It seemed a weird compulsion if she just wanted to see what was going on. It's good visual storytelling here, by the way. This whole sequence of events.
I thought I knew you, but I'm not so sure anymore. Do you let anything reach you? You're living in a sewer, Frank.
That's where half of it is. You can't walk away from it.
How can you be part of it without becoming more and more callous? Your world is so far from the one I know. What will happen to us in time?
I mean, I don't know if it's jaded or if it's used to it because it's his professionalism. It's his job.
Lieutenant, Miss Simmons' luggage has just arrived from the airport.
Okay. You got a man here.
Dearborn Travel Agency in Chicago. Rome.
So that's the plan, pick a meet and then run away to Rome?
Thought she was alone.
Wasn't she like possibly bringing him luggage for them to run away together? Not necessarily with the man, but maybe. I mean, she was dead and hair curlers like she was getting ready to go somewhere.
Passport? No passport. No tickets.
What do you got?
Traveler's checks?
Albert E. Rennick.
Loaded. All right, we got a Rennick.
What a Rennick?
Okay, so she had another man.
They're getting warm. AR. Does that grab you?
I think there's a chance that Ross is Rennick, and they were just running away together, and she got stopped, obviously.
Call immigration in Chicago. Have them wire Rennick's passport applications. I'll get a fingerprint check on Ross, huh?
Does the missing letter at the hotel building have anything to do with it?
There are multiple surgical incisions about the left side of the face. There are also multiple lacerations and multiple gunshot entrance wounds about the left side of the neck.
I understand that Captain Bennett told you
shot.
had until Monday morning to comply with my writ of habeas corpus. I demand that signed statement now.
Excuse me.
So this guy's just doing a cover his own tail tour. Not inherently evil, but bureaucratically slimy.
That the girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were just going by Rennick. What do they call that? A mojo? Like old school fax machine? Something like that? Takes forever.
Albert Edward Rennick. Used
Yeah.
car salesman, Chicago.
He was the man who was shot at the Hotel Daniel. You sent us to guard the wrong man, Mr. Chalmers.
Oh my god. Oh, I did not see that coming. Good twist. This is awesome. So Ross is still alive.
Mrs. Dorothy Rennick and Mr. Al Rennick have reservations on the 7 o'clock flight to Rome. Separate tickets not confirmed.
Yeah, well, Ross took close to $2 million from the organization, and he set Rennick up to get
Yeah.
the heat off of him.
That's great. Okay, I was wrong about everything. Nice writing. So Ross is still out there. I thought it kind of looked like him, the one guy that was stepping out of the room, but I was like, that can't be because he's dead.
Passengers for flight 34 off Sioux City now loading.
Okay, so he still can technically deliver the guy for his testimony.
San Francisco homicide. Do you have a Mr. Rennick on a 7 o'clock flight for Rome?
Call the gate, have them recheck all the passports.
But they're boarding
Which
now.
gate?
73.
Thank you.
Yes, stall the plane.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Clipper Flight
Don't kill him.
110 is now ready for boarding.
Yep, just wait for him and make a good army tackle.
Pardon me.
It won't be that easy. He's not going to be right here, is he? Yeah, I saw the guy jumping out of the plane down there. It's a different plane, right? No, was that him getting in line late?
Can I help you, sir?
You have a Rennick, an Ali Rennick, flight 124 to London. Thank you. At the last minute on a Rome ticket. Flight control.
Oh, so they were getting on a different plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just been instructed to return to the gate.
Yep.
For your safety, please remain seated. However, all passengers are requested to disembark.
Yeah, you're caught, man.
He's still my witness. I'll be delighted to let you have him after he testifies tomorrow.
Yeah, he broke a lot of laws here. Killed the lady.
The organization could do us both a great deal of good.
Look,
Yeah.
Chalmers, let's understand each other.
Should be
I
back
don't
on his
like
good side. Yeah.
We both know how careers are made. Integrity is something you sell the public.
You sell whatever you want, but don't sell it here tonight.
Frank, we must all compromise.
Get the hell out of here now.
You know what? I think he doesn't care about his testimony. The guy's a murderer. He might kill him if it goes down bad.
How long will we be delayed?
Just about 45 minutes.
Yeah, just long enough to arrest a guy. Surprised it's just him. Okay. At least he has backup. Whoa. Wide airplane aisles. I'm not used to people being able to pass next to each other. Check the bathrooms. He's hiding. Nope. Still sitting there. You didn't make it, man. Oh. I didn't realize you could just do that, but yeah. That's why you needed more cops. It's like Heat, but with less hand-holding. Yeah, I can't see anything.
Give me the security guard.
So much location shooting in this movie. I love it. How does he have a gun? He's on an airplane. Oh, he jumped from another plane and got on. Did he? I don't know. I saw someone jump from a different plane, but... Exactly, serpentine. Does a lot of running in this movie, doesn't he? It's like Tom Cruise of the 60s. Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's shooting at a cop. He might just not even survive to get out of this airport. Which would blow Chalmers' case. Yep. Be tough to pull off. Airports are big, busy places.
Ticket, please.
Yeah. Could have just testified, man. Sorry, Chalmers. It's quite a shocking day at the airport for these people. This had quite an anti-establishment feel, didn't it? I mean, I guess it was 68, right? 68, I think, the Vietnam War era. The counterculture. Support your local police. Now go make nice with your girlfriend. Yeah, good. Yeah, you've not got much sleep since the movie started. Yes, wash away the evil. This did, to me, it felt like it did have a lot in common with the first Dirty Harry movie. And not just because, you know, we're talking about two San Francisco set police movies, but there is a little idea sharing there about the police officer who's kind of working outside the system because inherently the bureaucratic system is corrupt and evil, which Robert Vaughn kind of represented that in this movie. And Kerry Callahan was kind of fighting the same bureaucratic red tape in his film, to where they both were outwardly disdainful of the system that they worked within. And the idea of the, you know, anti-establishment counterculture is kind of prevalent through those characters in a really compelling, interesting way. First off, the twist was exceptional in this movie. It never even occurred to me that it's, you know, that it's possible that the dead guy isn't the dead guy at all. That there's a stand-in. It's really clever in terms of how, you know, because my whole thing was like, well, now your witness is dead. How do you possibly move forward to get out of this? Well, your witness isn't dead, and he's the bad guy. Ultimately, by the time you really get down to the end of it, right? Maybe you could have used him to help take down the crime syndicate and make everybody's careers better and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, there was right and wrong, and the guy was a thief and a murderer. He got one man killed. He killed the guy's wife. He was a bad guy, and that was all that the you know, it boiled down to, that the police officer wanted to deal with the bad guy who was doing the bad thing, and, you know, becoming a bigger, more well-oiled part of the machine was not really what he was interested in, or part of the or in the cards. Very, very good fit for the period while still being a really good actioner, right? The car chase scene was utterly spectacular. It spanned a lot more than I thought it would, right? We do go through the, you know, jumping and chasing cars through the hills of San Francisco, but it goes all the way out, into the hills. Good thing that no one else was, around the place at the explosion, and only the two killers died. I think all you really take away from it is that Chalmers' case really completely falls apart. There was no one to tie the two dead men. They can't even be 100% sure they were the hitmen, although we know they were, back to whatever organized crime they were targeting from Chicago. So that's ultimately done. But Frank at the end doesn't care about that. He cares about the killer in his own backyard, and is determined to capture him and find justice for that guy. I think arresting him would have been completely fine, of course, but the guy shooting at you, so these violent delights have violent ends. But man, this is a really, really fun movie. Again, really cool plot twist, kind of edge of your seat thriller stuff, like not really being able to track where the plot's going in any predictable fashion. Good set pieces, obviously, for action, including the airport stuff at the end. Very much did remind me of Heat, which, if you've watched the channel for any amount of time, Heat is not my favorite movie. I think this is a much better movie than Heat, but that's just me. Joe is a huge Michael Mann fan. Heat is one of his favorite movies. He'll argue with me about that till he's blue in the face, but I personally don't care for the movie at all, for a number of reasons. But the action set pieces at the airport and in the cars, just really, really well done. I thought Jacqueline Bisset was going to have more to do since she got such high billing in the movie. We were ultimately working with a small cast of people that actually had dialogue. And I don't know what kind of level of star she was. She could have got such high billings, because she is who she is, because she was very famous at the time. Steven Seagal wasn't in executive decision, anyway, the airplane movie, very much with Kurt Russell, but he got second billing. No, really enjoyed this. Steve McQueen, always kind of the king of cool. When you see him in a movie, this did nothing to tarnish that reputation. Like I said, he's wearing a jacket and turtleneck for a good chunk of the movie there, and he managed to pull it off better than anyone I've ever known. Really enjoyed this, guys. Really shot well. Fascinating camera work from a lot of mounted camera shots and angles you wouldn't typically see in this kind of movie, or really any kind of movie. A lot of low camera shots mounted on cars. There was a lot of the ambulance when it was first taking the fake dead guy to the hospital, the fake Ross. Mounted camera on the front of the ambulance, on the ambulance driver. Very kind of more indicative of contemporary movies, really. But shot really, really well. Very much enjoyed this. Appreciate it, guys. I will see you soon.